All right, awesome. Well, happy Tuesday, guys. Welcome to our weekly Tuesday call. Before we get started, I just want to give you guys a couple of reminders. So obviously, I'm sure you guys probably saw just between us all posting that we have birthday cake shake. I don't know about you, but my whole entire Facebook was birthday cake today. So don't forget about your own orders. Sometimes we are so busy reminding everybody else we forget to order ourselves. Okay, just had to mute somebody else. Okay, so just a reminder about the birthday cake shake. It will sell out once it's sold out. Nobody can order that. So just to avoid anybody getting mad at you, send text. I did post in our group page. You can tag people in that. I think that always helps. Emails, text messages, just making sure you get the word out. The next reminder, you guys, is for tomorrow. So today I actually went through the wealth creation call. I'm sorry, Thursday night. Today's Tuesday. For Thursday night at 9 p.m. Eastern, I'm doing a wealth creation call, and I am going to host it with Sean Escobar. So we went through it today. I actually was on with him for like 2.5 hours. We had just an awesome conversation. We went through the whole presentation together. And we recorded it just to kind of play back and see how it went. These wealth creation calls, I did try to shorten it, but they're honestly going to be about an hour. I think the product call could be half hour. The new associate training can be about a half hour. But with me sharing my story, him sharing his story, and getting to the nitty gritty of how this works and the opportunity that's available, it just does take the time. So who is this for? Okay, we are gearing this for people who are either really happy customers or maybe they just started, but that they have some hesitation or they're skeptical about network marketing. I'm multitasking right now. I'm muting people as I'm talking, just so you guys know in case I look distracted. So anybody that you have that's an existing customer that might have even told you, no, I'm not interested in the business, you want to just tell them, listen, I really think you should listen in on this call. Both Sean and I were against the whole business and network marketing initially as well, so we're really relatable to that. We talk a lot about our passion for results and the products. So it's just really going to be enlightening, especially if you guys have any friends who are in network marketing or direct sales or doing side hustles who are not making money. You want them to see the difference in our compensation plan and how the work in the beginning does pay off toward the end. So if you guys even have somebody that's not on the products yet, but you feel like they should listen in about the business opportunity, this is the call for them. So that's going to be Thursday night at 9 p.m. So I just wanted to remind you about that. And that's, again, I'm going to post it tomorrow. I think I'm going to wait till tomorrow because there was so much information going out today. So for tonight, you guys, we're going to just kind of talk basics about what kind of a belief system you need in order to be successful with your Isogenics business. And the really, really good news is you can start with very little belief in some of these or all of these areas, but you can actually build your belief as you grow, which is what I have done. So if you're feeling like your belief is not a 10 out of 10 all across the board, most people are not there in the beginning anyway. There is a really amazing event. It's probably my favorite event, especially for new people to go to, called University in Action, UIA, University in Action, with David Wood. If you have been to one of his events, can you just put in the chat a brief sentence of what you felt about it for anybody on this who has been to one of the UIAs? If you have not been, it is really a good event to go to. I actually really do think personally, it is the best one for new people to go to. If somebody said, I only could go to one event in the whole year and I'm just starting out, even though Celebration is the biggest and there's so much to do and it's super fun, UIA is a smaller event and it's only David training, but it really gets into the core of what you need to do to build this business. So I just thought for me, it was not only just for my business, but like as a mom, as a wife, running my other business, all the things that I learned really helped enhance my life. So tonight, Debbie and I just want to briefly go over one small, tiny part that we learned from that event. Now, that event, by the end of it, David Wood has a goal to build your belief in 4 areas to a 10 out of 10. And I'm going to go through the 4 areas with you guys. If your belief is a 10 out of 10 with these 4 areas, you will completely excel and grow. If they're not, you've got to focus on where the doubt is and build on that. So the first area is the products. So right now, if you guys do have your pen and paper out, write down your number. If you're not, if you're driving or something, please safety first, just think of it in your head. But where is your belief in our products? Is it a 10 out of 10? If it's not, where is it? Maybe you don't know a lot about the products yet. Maybe you're unsure. Think about where that belief is. I think most people do really well initially because they actually have a really strong belief in the products, and the results that we get physically, the way we feel, obviously is a personal connection, and that's going to build that belief. So most people have a higher number when it comes to the products. If you don't, or if you have somebody that you're bringing in who's very skeptical and they're questioning the ingredients all the time and they're questioning sugar and they're comparing our products to other products, then you need to use the resources, the science that is behind these products. The interview I did with Dr. Paul, the research studies that are published in medical journals, the Isogenic Science website. Okay, those are the things that are going to build your belief in the products. But again, I find that most people don't have a lot of trouble building their belief in there because they're putting the products in their body, they're feeling a difference, and they're seeing a difference. The second one is the company, Isogenics. Where's your belief in the company? I will be honest with you guys, I don't know if I could have built my belief in the company without going to company events and being on corporate calls and getting to know how corporate is run. Because how can you just start something you have no idea about the company and have a 10 out of 10? So number one, getting to the company events, being on the corporate calls, looking into how the company was started. And we're going to talk about this on our call on Thursday. Sean has been with the company early on. So he does give some great insight, and your belief will grow from what he has to say about it. But we really need to have a 10 out of 10 with the company we're partnered with. You cannot be against Isogenics. I really cringe if somebody says, even trying to reinvent the wheel and building a business a different way than Isogenics tells us. That doesn't feel right to me. I think that you want to be aligned with the company you're with. And then the next one is one that is a little bit tough, and I will tell you it was tough for me, is your belief in network marketing. I went to my first UIA. I was already a 6-figure income earner when I went. And we had to write our number for the 3 I just mentioned, and then also for your belief in yourself, which we're going to end with that. We had to write where our number was the very first day we were there. If it was 8, 6, wherever. At this point, I was already a couple years in. I was already earning a 6-figure income. I had a 10 out of 10 in the products. I had a 10 out of 10 in the company. I had a 10 out of 10 in belief in myself. And I put down an 8 for network marketing. And I had a girl next to me who was my partner, and she was about 22 years old. And she looked at me and she said, "You make a 6-figure income with network marketing and you're not a 10 out of 10? And I was like, well, I believe in Isogenics and I believe in, the company, the products. And she was just like, wow, I'm surprised that you're successful in this industry and you don't have a 10 out of 10. And it was really a wake-up call. But by the end of that event, he teaches you so much about the industry of network marketing that I was a 10 out of 10. And that's why I always tell people when they say, oh, my friend's with this company, and I say, don't ever criticize or put down anybody that's working in this industry. We need to support each other. I don't care if your friend's in the makeup company or a skincare company, and maybe their compensation plan isn't as great as ours, that's okay. But I don't ever want to put down other companies because that's our bread and butter. We're in that industry. So it's really important that we respect it. Now, if you are not feeling a 10 out of 10, which a lot of people don't, especially in the beginning with network marketing, there's a couple quick suggestions that I want you to write down. One is GoPro. It's by Eric Worre, Worre. It's a really amazing book, and it will build your belief in this industry. He also has a movie. It's a documentary called The Rise of the Entrepreneur. Rise of the Entrepreneur. It's also by Eric Worre. Eric Worre is great for building belief in that. You want to start following David Woods, who David Woods does the UIA. So if you can get to a UIA, obviously that's amazing. But if not, you want to start listening to David Woods' podcast. He will build your belief in this industry. The industry has come a really far way, and you kind of learn different companies and how they make it in the industry. And, you know, most companies don't make it past 5 years. So the fact that we just had our 17th year with Isogenics and we're on the road to $1 billion a year is like all huge. These are all things that you guys want to know if you're going to be creating an income with this company. So the main one that a lot of people have trouble with, sorry, I'm muting still. Sorry, guys. There we go. Okay. People call in and they're not muted. Sorry. So the main thing that we got out of this is that David says it's something like proposal. I mean, a wedding proposal, right? If there's a man that goes down on one knee and says to you, I am 90% sure that I want to spend the rest of my life with you. Will you marry me? Does that feel really good? Be honest. If a man went down on one knee and proposed to you and said, I'm 90% sure that I want to marry you and spend the rest of my life with you, it doesn't. People are attracted to people with certainty, period. If you are not a 10 out of 10 in those 4 areas, the products, the company, network marketing, and yourself, then the goal is to work on being a 10 out of 10 because people will be attracted to your 100% certainty. So the biggest one that people have issues with is self. I have had the privilege of knowing Debbie Sherrick for 6 years. And I will tell you that, I mean, even without working with Isogenic stuff, she has really, truly helped me build my belief in myself, standing up for myself. There's been other things that I've dealt with. I mean, early on when we owned our fitness business, and she helped me through some things there with rejection from people, just a lot of different things that I had to work on. And Debbie was always so amazing with it. I was like, I always knew when I was kind of feeling unsure, I knew who to call. So I wanted her to spend a little more time tonight talking about building the belief in yourself. And I will tell you, it's not going to be like overnight. If you don't believe in yourself right now, don't think that in 15 minutes you're going to get off the phone and be like, I believe in myself all of a sudden. It does take its time. It's a process. But we're going to continue to work on that throughout our journey with you guys. And that's what Isogenics does as well. So I'm going to turn this over to you, Debbie. Okay, you're unmuted.
Okay. Thank you. I'm so glad you used the story about the proposal because I was going to share that. You know, if someone's just 70%, 80, 90% sure about something, it doesn't convince me. And so anyway, I'm really excited about us having this call tonight because Gina and I felt like this is something that's been missing in our team trainings because we actually are involved in when we're doing network marketing, it is a personal development business with a great compensation plan attached to it. Because if you're in network marketing, you have to personally grow your personality or you will not make it. You really do. And so part of your journey, and this is why so many people get discouraged in this business, is because they're not developing themselves personally with their own personal issues. So I want to go over with you guys tonight some of the things that I feel are pertinent to personal development, and it's not everything, but I really thought this afternoon, writing some things down of things that people face in the years that we've been in network marketing and working with our teams, the things that people face with our team members, with our consultants. Because listen, when you are building a team and you are working, as we have just learned a lot in the last couple weeks, I think Gina, you and I've had some bigger personal development in the last 2 weeks, that when you're working with a team of people and you have a lot of leaders, you know, you have a lot of personalities. And every personality has their stuff. Every personality has their good parts about their personality and their weaknesses about their personality. We all have our unresolved issues about our past and things that people have worked through. Some are more evolved than others. But when you mix all these personalities together, you know, you have to have some maturity of how to handle things and belief in yourself in order to handle not just the personalities of your team members, guys, but your personalities in dealing with your clients. And so a lot of people get discouraged and quit. And I feel that the reason a lot of people quit is not because of the other three things, not because they don't believe in this amazing company and we have the best compensation plan, not because they don't believe in the products, not because it's because they don't have the belief in themselves and they get discouraged and they give up. And that's the main reason that people quit. So I feel like, you know, if you really want to do this, anybody can do this business if they really want to. Now, it may be harder for some because they may have more personal development to do to get to where they want to go. But if you really want to do this business, you can do it. I hear people say all the time, you know, well, I'm not good in sales. You don't have to be good in sales to do this business. It's not about sales. You know, I wouldn't want to go on a car lot and sell cars or, you know, go somewhere else and do sales. But I love sharing. I love helping people. I love have a heart of servanthood. And if you have a heart of servanthood, I believe so much in the products that they can help everybody on the planet. So it's about sharing your experience. So the first thing that I want to say about in this journey that came up today, that came to my mind, first of all, was not comparing yourself to others in the industry. You know, some people come out of the gate so fast and just kill this business. Some people take years on their journey. Some people, you know, do well, then they go backwards, do well, then go back. You know, you cannot compare your journey. It's awesome to listen to the leaders and how they get to where they are and how they've grown and how they built a team. But you cannot sit and compare, well, why aren't I doing that? Or why haven't I gone that far? So I want you to really, on some of these things, take notes of awareness, because awareness is the first part, guys. Once you have the awareness of what you're doing, then you can work from there. And Gina and I are committed. We've talked about this. We are committed to help you on your personal development issues and things where you feel you need to grow in your personality that you keep repeating. And if there's things that you keep repeating over and over, doing the same thing over and over, then that's the universe and God showing you that this is something that we need to work on. So don't compare yourself to others. Number two, your energy of confidence and being authentically you. Your energy is so important because your posture and how you talk to people, even if it's on the phone that you do a consult call, your energy and your posture and your voice of confidence is going to come through. Energy is very powerful. You can just be in a room with someone and they walk in and you can pick up their energy and how their eye contact, their body language, if they're covered like this, people that are covered like this are covering, that they're protecting themselves. And so energy is just amazing. So confidence, having confidence. And I want to say this too. If you're someone who doesn't have a lot of self-confidence, that's something you want to work on. And one of the ways of working on self-confidence is acting as if. Not waiting till you're confident. Fake it till you make it is another way. You know, just fake it till you make it. You may not know everything about isogens. You may not know everything about the product. You may be new with the company, new to this type of business, but fake it till you make it. You know, you just come in acting as if you know everything, confidence, and people are going to pick up on your posture about that. And another thing that people are very attracted to is being authentically you. Don't try to be something that you're not, as far as try to be like someone else. People love authenticity. And so when you're really real, even if you say, I really don't know that much, I'm new, I'm really learning this, I just know that I've had a great experience, I wish I knew more, but I can get you on a call with someone who does. Or, I had that trouble too. I struggled with taking my weight off for a long time before I pushed through that. Just being authentic is attractive. And I want to say this, I was going to mention this later, but I'm going to say it now since we're talking about authenticity, is that some of you are so afraid to put yourself out there on your social media. And this is also personal development. And I'm going to share in a minute why you're afraid to put yourself out there on social media and how you need to grow through this to get out of your comfort zone. But in your social media, it's very important that you are authentic. That you're putting on there, if you're someone spiritual, then you're putting spiritual posts and motivational things. I love to exhort and motivate people. I've loved to do that for years, and I love doing that. So that I look for posts like that because I want to share them in my groups. I want to share them on my page. I want to share when I'm out with friends or my grandkids or my kids or something about church. It's not always about isogenics, or it's not always about having my shake or my e-shot or something, or I'm going to the gym. You want to just be your authentic self. Now, it's not about putting your drama out there. It's not about putting your, relationship junk out there, whatever, but it's about your authentic self. You're just showing your life because people do business who they know, like, and trust. So you have to be consistent with that and being authentic and be the real whoever you are. If you're somebody who, who was it I saw on our team the other day that said it was about the F word, and they were saying how they say the F word at least 5 times a day, and I thought, oh, I probably do too, and I think I commented that, but she was being authentic. She wasn't showing that she was perfect. You just have to be the real you. People love when I do a post about my struggles I've been through, or about when I really get raw and real. When I get really raw and real on social media, I have the most comments and the most likes. So much more than if I'm just doing fluffy stuff. So people really love when you're authentic, and they want to do business with people that they like and they feel that they can trust and that are authentic. So I'm going to talk a little bit more about your social media in a minute, but that's going to come through. The real you is going to come through. Basically, Gina and I were talking today. This is really the most important one, you guys, because you believe in the product. You can learn to believe in network marketing. You can learn to believe in Isogenics and the beautiful company and integrity that they have. But if you don't believe in yourself, you're not going to go anywhere with it. So we cannot stress enough the importance of working on yourself, reading self-help books, meditating in the morning, affirmations. I have this on my computer every day. And when I come to my computer, and I have a lot of these, like in my devotional books and stuff, of different ones, but this one, when I open my computer in the day, it says, everyone wants to be in business with me, and everybody wants to be my friend. So when I look at that, I say, yep, today everybody on here wants to be my friend, and everybody's dying to be in business with me and be on my team. Just to, it's a reminder of myself. Do I feel like that all the time? No, but I want to remind myself of that. So you want to, in your studying Isogenics, in you learning about the products, in your doing your leadership in action, in your raising your belief level about all these things, and hopefully you were honest with all of them, whether you were a 7 and 8 or 9 or 5 or wherever you were, that you're going to work to get to a 10. So including in all this, I think a big part of this business that so many of us leave out is the personal development part. And there are so many great books. There's so many great podcasts, Brené Brown, Deepak Chopra, motivate Tony Robbins, motivational things. It's very important that we listen to those, that we pour that into our spirit to grow our soul, so we have a belief system about ourselves. One is also feeling inadequate, not feeling like you know enough about the products, or feeling inadequate that you can't do this. And so you need to practice daily. If feeling inadequate is, we've talked before about practicing your story, your 30-second story. You should have your 30-second story down like this. And, you should have 2 or 3 30-second stories, depending on who you're talking to, whether it's a weight loss one, whether it's an energy one, whether it's the wealth creation one. Whoever you're talking to, you need to have that 30-second story down, practicing it in the mirror with enthusiasm when you are talking to someone. And you don't have to know everything about the products, you guys. We have so many tools. We just need to send a tool or send an app or send a link to their phone, text them something when somebody has a question. Feeling inadequate is something people are going to pick up on if you're not feeling adequate to do the business, to share this. So again, we have to in the beginning kind of act as if, and like we know what we're doing. And I know in the beginning, Gina, I can remember, honey, we just jump in. We didn't know everything we were doing. Gina didn't know everything she was doing, but she just jumped in, and she'd call me with questions, or I'd call Susan with questions, and we just jump in because you want it. And before you know it, you're growing, and the universe will also give you situations in your life to cause you to step up, to cause you to grow in your belief about yourself. And in some of those ways, you have to know also, I think this is important, this is something we learn at University in Action, is knowing your personality type. Because your personality type, and he goes over whether you're a red personality, yellow personality, blue personality, white personality, and each of those colors has a certain type of personality. And maybe we'll do that one Tuesday night. We'll go over what kind of personality and what color you are. Gina and I could kind of do that, so you can realize where you are. When you realize the type of color and the personality you fall under, you'll know your weaknesses and your strengths and where you need to work on in order to grow the business. So you have to know the personality type you are. If you're someone who's really shy, which is kind of like a white, then you want to work on your shyness and being able to talk to people in an authentic way. Not everybody's going. I'm an extrovert. I talk to people, connect with people very easily. I don't have a problem with that. Just start a conversation. But not everybody's like that. Not everybody is like that, and you don't have to be like that. But you need to figure out a way in your personal development and how you are going to connect with people in a very authentic way. That's you. And if you'll ask my kids, and I know Brooke's on here tonight, and those of you that are in my empowering group, that the one thing that I always say to people is, to thine own self be true. Therefore, you will be false to no man. You have to be true to yourself. You can't be a Gina. You can't be a Debbie. You can't be, a Shayla. You can't be you have to be authentically, you have to be true to you, because if you're not going to be happy. You're going to be trying to do this business being something else or someone else and being a puppet. So you have to be true to yourself and who you are in your authenticity. So let's look at some red flags that you might want to work with in your personality to grow in your own empowerment of belief. These can be patterns that you have, guys. Maybe you've had them all your life, but these are some things I want to bring to your awareness tonight that you might need to work on. And as I said, we can also help you with that. So one is that you want and need, if you have a personality and your pattern has been in life that you want and need everyone to like you, you're going to be in trouble. Because in this business, and we're specifically talking about this business, however, how we do one thing is how we do everything. So if you're like that, that's not only going to be in this business, that also shows up in other areas of your life. That if you want everyone to like you, then you're going to have a hard time growing your business, because not everyone is going to like you. And you know what? It's so important to get to the place to where you don't care, because you're going to have haters. People are going to judge what you're doing. People are going to, that's just life. Not everybody is going, as long as you, I feel that as long as I have peace in my heart with what I'm doing, and I feel like I'm in the will of God, what I'm doing, and I feel comfortable with God and what I'm doing, and I've talked to him about it, and I get his approval and I feel okay with him with what I'm doing, God's opinion and my opinion are really, when it comes down to it, are all that matters. Because you can't please everybody, guys. And when you start trying to please everyone, you stop pleasing yourself. You will. So see if that's a pattern that you really worry. You really need to have everyone to feel good about, to like you. You know, we have to do, all of us have to do inside work on the inside in order for things to work out for us on the outside, in our relationships, in our businesses, everything. It is an inside job. And so if you are someone who needs everyone to like you, you know, you're having trouble really loving yourself because you're trying to get your worth from everybody out there to like you. Makes sense? So that might be something you need to work on. The next one is being a people pleaser. You feel the need to please everyone, so you aren't true to yourself or your own convictions. And being a people pleaser will cause you to not have boundaries in your life and in your business. You just can't. If you try to please everyone, you're going to wear out and wear down and burn out really quick, because you just can't please everyone. And if this is a pattern, if this is something that resonates with you, that you say, yes, Debbie, you know what, all my life I've been a people pleaser, then you need to ask yourself, why is it that I feel I need to please everyone? Is it because I want everyone to like me? Is it because I'm afraid they'll reject me? Is it because I'm afraid they'll get angry at me and I don't like anybody to be mad at me? Am I afraid I'll lose their friendship or this sign up or whatever it is, or this client? You need to ask yourself, why do I try to please everybody? And I put myself on the back burner and not please what I'm doing, because it's impossible to take care of ourselves and our convictions and be true and take care of everybody else at the same time. You just can't do it. It will conflict. So we can't always please, but there are a lot of people pleasers out there. And in that, people that are people pleaser don't have good personal boundaries. And let me tell you something, guys, in this business, you got to have boundaries with people. You have to have boundaries. People will take advantage, walk all over you, use and abuse you, text you for every little, you know, how much water should I put in my shake? You know, I still have my headache. That what you told me didn't work. What should I do? And you can be people pleasing and coaching all the time. So you have to have boundaries in your business with your clients. Certain times that you do calls, certain times that you're going to text. Send them a tool. If they want to know what's in a shake, send them to Isoproduct. Have them look up what's in a shake. You know, I think we all in the beginning have gone through this, where we want to help everybody have a great experience, and so we get into over coaching and trying to please everyone because we want them to have a good experience, want them to keep ordering, and we want them to do the business. So we're overstepping our own personal boundaries. So it's very important to have business boundaries, guys, in your business, and where you're able to say, no, I can't do that right now. Just being able to say no and not feel guilty about that. Another one that can be a pattern is that people are afraid of offending other people. If you're afraid of offending other people, you're not going to feel comfortable sharing packs with them and the prices of the packs. You're not going to feel comfortable sharing with them that this is a lifestyle that you order every week, because you're afraid, and again, this is about your posture, that you're afraid you're offending them. Some people sometimes will share isogenics almost apologetically. Like it's a great, but they're almost apologizing that, yeah, it costs this much, or, you know, thinking that they're trying to get that person to order or buy it, and they're making it all about them. So again, if you are talking to people in this business and you're making it about you all the time, am I going to get this sign up? Are they going to be a business builder? I need one more sign up this week or this month, and you're making it about you, and the whole time you're sharing with them, it's about you. It's not how we're going to serve and connect. Really, I believe that when we have a servant's heart and we make it about them, we listen to them. What is it that they want? People genuinely want us to listen and care about them, guys. You know, that doesn't mean we don't have boundaries with them once we start coaching them, but people genuinely need help. They need what we have. And so we need to make it about them, let them know we have the answer. And I 150% believe that I have the answer for people's health, whatever their issue. I truly believe that. The outcome is up to God. The outcome is not up to me. The outcome is, it could be not now, later. The outcome can be, yes, I want a value pack. The outcome can be, no, I don't want to do this. Whatever the outcome is, we have to let go of outcome, guys. When we're attached to offending them or afraid of rejection, then that energy, again, about energy, that energy is going to come off and it's going to affect our business. I can't stress to you enough that the more you work on your personal development, the more your business will grow. Grow your personal development, grow yourself first, and watch your business grow. Watch people be drawn to you because you are becoming healthy. You know, all of our relationships are a mirror of our inner self, our close relationships, our business relationships, our clients that we attract. If you're attracting people all the time that say they can't afford any of this, then you need to look at what you're attracting and why you're attracting that type of people with that lack mentality. There's a reason. Next, that you can't stand being rejected. Are you someone that just cannot stand rejection? Again, if you are, this is a tough business for you because you've got to just let those no's slide right off your back. And at University in Action, we have a big thing that we do, that we celebrate the no's. We celebrate and we dance every time we get a no, because for every 100 no's you get a yes. So, yay, we got another no today. Yay, we got another no not yet to get today. Not the opposite of focusing on, oh my God, everybody's saying no to me. You just can't take it personal. So if you take things personal, when someone says no and you're taking it personal, because again, you're making it about you. It's not about you. They're just not ready, not yet. They'll come back around. They may not come back around, but no is move on to the next, move on to the next, next. So if rejection is something that you can't stand being rejected, and maybe just not in this business, but in your personal life too, then that's something that you want to work on too, is look at why you can't stand to be rejected. Watch a book, in taking everything personally and being rejected, a book on personal development that I love too is The 4 Agreements. A little bitty book, but it's about not taking things personally, be a person authentic of your word. It's 4 little agreements. It's a great personal development book. One of my favorites that I've read about 3 or 4 times. Watch your self-talk. How do you talk to yourself? Are you always beating yourself up? I tell clients, stop shoulding on yourself. Watch how many times you say to yourself, I should have done this. I should be more like this. I should be further along. I should have talked to that person. I should have worked harder today. Should. Should is shaming. When you're shoulding yourself, you're shaming yourself. So you can say, I could have talked to that person, but I didn't, and I wonder why I didn't. So could is a softer, more loving word than shoulding on ourselves. People that are always saying, oh, I'm so sorry, oh, I'm so sorry, oh, I'm so sorry, also is shaming. Apologizing for things all the time. So watch your self-talk. You know, affirmations are great, and affirming to yourself, you know, I am successful, I am powerful, I am beautiful inside and out, I'm a child of God, I'm abundant, people love to be friends with me, I love people. You know, just affirming to yourself how you want to see yourself and how you want to believe in yourself, whether you do or not, that you're still affirming it. And then last thing I wanted to talk about is do you self-sabotage? This is a biggie, and this is just a nutshell, but this is like a huge thing that has a lot of steps to it. But sabotaging ourselves, people can get in a pattern of that they are constantly sabotaging themselves, and self-sabotage comes from shame and loathing, like not really loving yourself. So it's a subconscious thing that people do. We see it with our isogenics clients, that they'll start the program and then they'll sabotage it, and they make excuses. They don't even realize that they sabotaged it, but they really sabotaged it themselves. They're self-sabotaging people that jump from diet to diet to diet. They can't follow through with anything. People that sabotage can't follow through and finish things. They're constantly sabotaging themselves, and yet they don't think they are. They play victim and they make excuses of why it didn't work for them. So watch as you're developing yourself in this business. If you sabotage yourself, and if you plan to work on your business, that you do something to sabotage yourself from growing, because maybe you may not feel worthy of success. You may not feel deep down that you are able to be successful in this business, or that you can be great with isogenics, or that you can quit your day job and do this full time. And so that self-sabotaging is your deep belief system in your subconscious. And so look at your life, look at how you do things. Do you follow through with things, or do you sabotage? Do you tend to sabotage things? And again, how we do one thing is how we do a lot of things. So most people that are sabotaging their business are sabotaging in other areas also. So these are just a few things, guys, for self-development. There's a lot more, but I think these are a few of the evident ones about building your belief in yourself. And there's nothing wrong with us saying, look, I need to work in this area. I need to work on my delivery with people. I need to work on this. I need to work on my, that I'm a people pleaser. I need to work on that I like everybody to like me. Listen, you got to get to the place, guys, where you're going to have haters. You're going to have people. But if you just focus on being true to yourself and being authentic and being the real you, those right people, your tribe, your clients, your friends, your team are going to gravitate towards you, because that's the kind of people that you want to attract, are people that you are wanting to attract for clients and for team members and all, and being authentic and real. And you've got to just put those blinders on to those haters and those people. Yes, Valerie, I do have a couple books in my office on self-sabotage. I can't think of the name of them, honey, but I will look and I will let you know that. Okay, that's it right
now. Actually, I see Valerie. So I just want to, because Valerie, I enrolled Valerie way early on, like right after I started. So she's somebody that can be a witness. I really want you guys to understand something. The person I am now, and Valerie, you can vouch for this, is not the person that Debbie Sherrick signed up 6 years ago. In fact, I think honestly, my favorite part, I will say, I'm not going to lie and tell you that the financial security is not my favorite part, because that's been such a lifesaver for us. But the personal development that I've had through being a part of this company is honestly priceless. Like, it's amazing. So if you're starting out, or even if you've been doing this a few years and you just have not been focusing on the self-development, I've just always been a self-development and personal development junkie since college. I read like all kinds of books on personal development and relationships and all kinds of stuff early on. I always was into it. So when I started with this, I did recognize a lot of those things Debbie talked about. So I just want to end by telling you guys that a lot of the things that I related to what Debbie was talking about was early on. Gosh, Debbie, do you remember how many times I would cry? I would cry if somebody rejected it. Rejected it or yelled at me because they had a headache or something. I'd be crying. I took everything really personally. I just wanted everybody to love it like I did. If somebody wasted my time, I was like cursing them out, like, how dare they waste all my time? I just did not handle it very well. And it was just a lot of going through the motions and getting better and stronger. But a lot of the things you said, Debbie, I really related to. In fact, I would be honest, I remember feeling that, I had to get the approval of people. So if people I heard they were talking about me behind my back with what I was doing, or they mocked something that I wrote on Facebook. I heard somebody accidentally called me one time through Facebook accidentally, and they were talking about me.
That
you know, yeah, these things happened and it hurts. But now I truly have to tell you, like, we talk about financial freedom, we talk about time freedom, but being free of well, how people, like, being free of caring about how other people think of you is such freedom. Like, I really don't care. I know who my true friends are. I know that God has purpose for me. Really connected with my faith, with my circle. And I just really don't care anymore, because the thing is, I know people are still, no matter, the more successful you get, you're going to have even more haters because they're just jealous people out there. But there's I think it was a meme I put up recently about, if your circle does not make you feel good and does not encourage and support you, you're not in a circle, you're in a cage. And it does feel like that when you are victim to other people's opinions, or pleasing them all the time, or not having boundaries. And I think something, Debbie, you've shared before is, the people who have a problem with you setting boundaries are the same people who really like that you don't have any, because they're taking advantage of that. So I just wanted to let you guys know that if you're sitting there and you feel like, oh my gosh, I have a lot of work to do on myself, I'm like really proof of self-development gone right. Because I really think my success has everything to do with me developing as a person. The more I developed as a person, the higher the income I made, period. So I just wanted to make sure you guys knew I did not come into this and know it all and have the confidence and the posture. I did used to think I was like TCBY, giving everybody samples. Now, today I had somebody, she asked me for a sample. I said, no, I don't do that. And I gave her the reasons why. And she was like, okay, I understand. You have to have the posture and the confidence. So it does come with time, but we will really talk a lot more about this. And, we have a new associate training as well next week on Monday. And I'm going to do it basically on getting a little more deep into what you can do to start out this business and posture yourself and the confidence and all. So we'll get into that more. But I just wanted to thank you, Debbie, so much. I thought that was excellent. I think a lot of things, are great reminders if we've heard it before. And for people just starting out, I think it's nice for people to see what kind of team we have and what we focus on, that we support each other in this. It's not just about, it is great to get healthy and obviously create income, but it's even deeper than that. It's the support, the tribe, the self-development, and all of that. And I really feel like that's what life is about, right? Improving on yourself every day. So thank you guys for joining in. And thank you so much, Debbie, for sharing that.
You're welcome. And really I just want to close in saying to Gina that it's been so awesome to watch Gina on her journey and watch her grow. She's like one of my kids. And it's just been a wonderful experience. We've had a lot of tears together. We've had a lot of bitch sessions together. And it's so good. And who over here said, Morgan Sheffield said, this is so great to know and love these calls that are so personable. And we, again, just want to reiterate that we do want to become personal to you guys, where if there are things like this, or things that you want us to have calls on to work on to grow your business that you're having trouble with, let us know that, because we want to be approachable. We want you guys to be able to approach us and say, this is where I'm really having trouble. This is where I need help. To know that we are committed to helping you grow your business, not just in your numbers and rank advancing. Of course we are, but we're also want to be available to help you guys grow personally. And as Gina said, she's a perfect example of in the beginning and having to learn, not caring what people think and setting boundaries and all these things. We all have to go through this in this type of a business. So grow personally, guys, and you'll watch your business expand too. So thank you everyone who's been on here, because it does show that you do want to grow.
Thank you so much. All right, guys, we will talk to you guys. We'll have our call next Tuesday, and I'll see you Thursday for Sean's call.